So check it out. Today we're doing a review of the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liter. It's insanely weatherproof materials, quick access pocket. Clamshell, baby. Nifty little hidden tote, dude. But on the con side, and at the end of the review, I'll make some alternative bag suggestions in case you're not quite feeling this guy. But first up, let's go to the review table. Follow me. Okay, let's talk about the gist of the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liter. Bellroy is a company that comes from the land down under. Is that New Zealand or is that Australian? And they're known for making really beautiful urban carry gear. But mostly they've been doing everyday carry gear, and this Venture line is sort of their first foray, hardcore into travel. Hence the name, the Venture Travel Pack. And what makes it a travel pack, you might ask? Well, some of the bag's top features are, it's insanely weatherproof materials, a luggage pass-through holder on the back, an Audi water bottle holder on the side, and crucial for any modern travel backpack, the ability to open full clamshell style. And I love me these internal materials. And I'll tell you exactly why, 2 sections from now. The Venture Travel Pack currently comes in one color option, black. The size is 26 liters, which in my opinion is perfect for one bag travel. For some of y'all out there, it might be a little too light, not enough capacity, depends how you pack. But for me, I could travel the world indefinitely, or at least for weeks at a time on a pack like this. You just gotta kind of do a bit more laundry. Let's talk dimensions. We got a height of around 20 inches, about 12 inches width, and a fully packed out depth of around 6 inches. Bellroy claims this bag weighs 1,100 grams, and I have no idea what that means. Apparently it's 2.4 pounds, put that to the test. We're getting 2.46 pounds, perfecto. This is the bag when it's empty. This is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on me. I'm 5'8". And this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on our media manager, Margaret, who's 5'2". And don't you worry, we're gonna pack the bag out throughout this entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Bellroy products are protected by their 3-year warranty. And for all that, the Venture Travel Pack runs around $330 US, which is not cheap. Or maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. Well, if at any point in this review you're on team, that's a good price, and I want to venture with the 26 liter pack, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the front of the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liter. The first thing you notice with the front of any bag is its aesthetic. And this is an aesthetic that looks clean, fresh, but also I don't think takes itself too seriously. A little bit like mountaineering, sort of traditional homage at the top. But it's not a very traditional look because of the primary material, which let's talk about. This fabric is what Bellroy refers to as element-coated nylon, which is just like a fancy branded way of saying it's a nylon with a face, not a human face, but a coating. And it's like a weatherproof PU coating, which is great because if you're traveling, you get caught in a rainstorm in, I don't know, Rio, water will literally just slip and slide right off this bag. But do keep in mind with PU coated materials, sometimes they have a tendency to peel. It depends on the fabric, on the supplier. I have no way of knowing if this will peel or not, but it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, taking a look at that fabric, oh, ain't no water getting through that, baby. Get out of here. Am I right? And it should be noted too, on the side, there is a secondary fabric that makes up both side panels. This is like a crinkly nylon fabric. It's a lot stiffer. If you ever use the Bellroy Apex, it's like the same material. And I personally think the 2 fabrics work very nicely off of each other. Next up is Bellroy's branding. It's getting a bit bigger. It's growing in size. It used to be smaller. But I can at least appreciate the subtlety that it's black on black. Notice as well in the front, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 external lash points. External lash points are cool because you can clip things externally onto your bag, whether it be like some hand sanitizer, a water bottle, whatever you want to clip on, or even a hidden tote. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liters in this pocket right there has a hidden tote. Ooh la la, the plot thickens. This tote is pretty basic, but it gets the job done. It's highly compressible, has a zippered opening, got a decent amount of handleage happening, right? So you can carry it over the shoulder or just in your hand. And then back to the external lash points, you can actually clip the tote on with these little pegs, therefore allowing you to carry it on the outside of your bag. And I'm gonna be frank with you right now, I love everything about this. For a few reasons. One, Bellroy did a great job of utilizing this extra space. For instance, in the original Bellroy Venture Ready backpack, it had the same sort of lip right here, but there was no hidden zipper pocket. But now there is. Bye, little guy. Which means if you don't even want to carry the tote in there, you can just use it to store other things. But for me, I think it's a great spot to put the tote because you're gonna kind of forget that it's there until you need it. And then you're like, oh my God, that's right. Bellroy provided me with this thing. And then if you don't want to carry it because it's full and it's heavy, just go ahead and clip it onto the bag. Bada bing, bada boom. And one more note for the front of the bag, as you can see at the top, we have sort of a crescent moon, quick access pocket. This pocket is protected with a YKK PU coated zipper. Wait, is it YKK? It is, yes, and thank God, because at $325, you want YKK zippers. They're the best zipper makers in the world. And PU coated is sort of in line with the design of this bag, because it means not only is this primary material waterproof, but it means the zippers are as well. And you can see we're in this front pocket. Boom. Bellroy, your internal material color game is just chef's freaking kiss. I love the way this red sort of contrasts with the cream and this cool gray. Bellroy's so freaking good at this, man. And these colors help to create a highlight effect in the bag, which makes it easier to find your gear. You know, you're traveling, you're in the back of a dark taxi, you just wanna get your freaking AirPods, you can unzip this and it makes it easier to find what you put where. In this compartment, we have 2 pockets with a divider. On this side, we have 2 pen holders. On this side, we have a power mesh pocket. We're gonna load it out with a few things. For me, this is a pocket I'm gonna wanna put all the things I want quick access to. So we'll go ahead and throw some pens in the pen slots. This is a B7 size notebook, same size as a passport, so I'll pop that in there with the pens. Battery, in case my phone dies. AirPods, kick out the jams. Backup tissues. Traveling can get dirty sometimes, am I right? And then just to illustrate the depth of this pocket, I got a pair of regular sunglasses. You can see, they fit in there. You still got a bit of room to spare. These pockets got some depth to them. But for me, I'm not gonna keep my glasses in there. Definitely not an ideal glasses spot, maybe. Depends if you get good glasses or crap glasses. These cost $10 on Amazon, so I guess, whatever. I'll keep them in there for now. All right, moving on, let's talk about the middle of the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liter. Quick nerd note on the bottom, we actually use like a beta ripstop nylon here. And that's just like Bellroy doing such cool Bellroy things. We got 3 fabrics on the outside of the bag. It's really cool. Only Bellroy does stuff like that. Now let's talk about the sides, because each side has its own unique pocket setup. For side number 1, we have the water bottle holder pocket. Now the thing with like any Audi water bottle pockets like this is they have pros and cons. The pros being, when you put a water bottle in there, you can still access it from the outside, and it just kind of keeps the bag a lot more streamlined and sexy. And which means your water bottle is less likely to get caught on things as you're like running and sprinted through airports and train stations. But on the con side, sometimes these water bottle holders can be limited in terms of the size of water bottle holders that can fit in them. So we did fine with a 24-ounce Columbia water bottle, but how about the 1 liter Yeti? Because this is a big boy, it's got that big ass cap at the top. I don't know if it'll fit. We're not gonna make it. Okay, cool, so point proven. And the other negative thing to be aware of with water bottle holders like this is that they do eat into the main compartment, which I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, there's a lot of backpack stuff going on right now. This dude's a freaking nerd and I love it. I want more. Well, you might be smitten to know that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do reviews on our YouTube channel, we actually take our backpack nerdiness to the next level with something we call the Nomads Nation newsletter. In the Nomads Nation newsletter, I break down all the biggest and newest releases in the world of bags from around the globe, brands big and brands small, and deliver it conveniently to your inbox. So if you wanna kind of keep up to date with what's happening in the carry community and like know what the best freaking travel and EDC gear is, and just have like a PhD in the world's best EDC and travel gear, then be sure to check the description below for this globe icon, where you can sign up for the Nomads Nation newsletter. I hope to see you in your inbox. Back to this guy. All right, for the other side. Okay, so water bottle in there now. Let's flip it over, and we've got this pocket, which leads you to this. Yet again, love the color, but I'm not quite as sure about the organizational decisions that were made here. First of all, I will say, I love me a side pocket like this. Reason being, like, let's just say you wanna take things out of your pockets for a little bit and pop your phone in here. It's protected as to where it's right here, so it's less likely to get stolen, and it's highly accessible with this little swing, unzip, grab what you need, good to go. But I'm less enthused about Bellroy's insistence about putting a key leash here. I feel like when I'm traveling, and this is the travel pack, I don't really need quick access to my keys, but I want to keep them on the leash because it's where they're meant to be. I like OCD if not. But now with the keys in this location, I don't know, I don't want to really put a lot of other things in there, at least not fragile things. But it could be a good spot for an umbrella, compressible travel jacket. I don't know, what do you think? Should the keys be here? Should they be inside the bag? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. All right, last part with the middle. Let's get inside the actual main compartment, which yet again is protected with these 2 YKK PU coated zippers. These zipper pullers are fun and functional, and they get the job done. And you can see we are clamshell, baby. Which, like I said earlier, every modern travel backpack just like has to be clamshell. EDC, not as important. Travel backpack, must have. In this main compartment, we have 2 power mesh pockets on the front flap, 1 power mesh pocket on the side, some compression straps, and the tech compartment. So we're gonna go ahead and pack this thing out and talk about it at the same time. Starting with the laptop compartment, which says it's large enough for a 16-inch, so you can see my 13-inch MacBook Pro fits very nicely in there. The sleeve itself has a decent amount of padding. Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a false bottom. Yeah, decent false bottom. It stops like right around here, which means if you drop the bag, less likely to damage the laptop. Some padding on the bag. Overall, solid laptop compartment. But real fast, I got a 3D cutout of the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's see if it fits in the 16-inch tablet sleeve. Perfection. Now next up we have this sleeve right here, which Bellroy says is for documents, but fun fact, it can also fit a 13-inch MacBook Pro. So if you're double laptoping, you got a 16-inch MacBook Pro and a 13-inch MacBook Pro, you can carry both. Cool beans. Now next up we have these compression straps, which, you know, I could do without. Because the reason being, when I travel, I always bring one of these guys right here. This is a packing cube. This is the Peak Design packing cube, one of the most popular packing cubes. It's a packing cube. I clearly need more caffeine. One of the most popular packing cubes in the world. And yeah, I don't know, I just think cubes are so neat and tidy versus like a compression strap. I don't know. I don't really use it. So I don't get a lot of use out of compression straps. Like, what about you? Do you get use out of compression straps? Let me know in the comments. And then you can see sort of what we're dealing with the capacity of this main compartment. The clamshell makes it super easy to pop that packing cube right in there. And then on top of that, you can go ahead and throw a dop kit, and then you're kind of good for your weekend trip. But before we go on that weekend trip, let's load up these other two sides. Oh wait, no, I forgot. We got a side pocket, which I do like. Little organization, which for me I think is a great spot for a portable, small umbrella. Now for the other side, love these pockets for their stretchiness. And they still give you a little bit of see-throughness, which helps again to make it easier to find your gear. And then I'm gonna throw a portable laptop battery in the bottom one, and a portable hard drive in the top one. Will it close? Let's find out. Because one thing to know about the silhouette of this backpack is it's, in Bellroy typical fashion, very sexy. Oh, we're gonna close for show. And by sexy, I mean, it's not like the bloatiest, blobbiest backpack, right? It's not like a big old square. You kind of got this cut a little bit, gives it a little sexification, which will limit your ability to pack ever so slightly. But more or less, as you can see, I got just about everything in there that I need for my weekend trip. I'm getting ahead of myself. We do comfort in the next section. Speaking of which, let's jump into it. Let's talk about the back of the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 liters. Top handle, very strong, seems well stitched, and each side of the top handle is actually got these little holes right there, which you get again, external lash points, so you can clip things onto your bag. Now let's talk about comfort, and comfort with backpacks, and comfort with like Bellroy backpacks specifically. Because while I'm a big fan of Bellroy's products and their backpacks, I've always been a bit critical about the comfort of Bellroy's backpacks. And I was really excited to see sort of what they did with this travel series, to see if they sort of beefed the comfort of their bags up a little bit. And they did, and they didn't. Here's how they did. Boom, check out this back panel. This is a beefy back panel for Bellroy. They've never done this before. We got some really nice padding. Ah, it feels groovy, dude. Which, as you can see, has like a little 3D cut, which will inspire ventilation and airflow. And also, not in the comfort category, but in the back panel category, about things that I used to be critical of a Bellroy, is they never had a luggage pass-through holders. Dude, this is so cool. But I will admit, the luggage pass-through holder looks a little tight, so we got some luggage. Let's test it out. Now, the reason they made it a little bit tighter is because it looks a little bit sexier that way, but tighter equals harder to put on, but okay, cool. Yet again, something that Bellroy never did in the past. Seems pretty well stitched. It's on there pretty strong. Love me a good luggage pass-through holder. It's not something I use very often, but when I need it and it's there, it makes me happy. But back to my rant about Bellroy and backpacks and comfort, is while I like what they did with the back panel, I feel a little underwhelmed with the shoulder straps. Now here's the deal, I understand this is not like a 45-liter, big old suitcase on your back type backpack. So I don't need them to be big old chunky beefy straps to accommodate that, but I think that I would have appreciated a bit more padding in these shoulder straps. Think about travel bags, they're usually very packed out, like to the brim. You get as much crap in there as you can, so they're heavy. And while these shoulder straps are sexy with a beautiful cut, and I love the material used underneath, it's a very silky, fine material, I just think that a bit more padding in the depth and a bit more width in the actual cut of these shoulder straps could have gone a long way, but I'll know for sure when I take this bag outside in like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, sorry, I'm a new watch owner. I'm so stoked about it. I don't have to do the fake watch anymore, I got one here. Got it. Couple more quick notes on the shoulder straps. We got a sternum strap in a very nice blue color. It is magnetic, love me, a magnetic sternum strap with a nice little plastic dangle stopper right here. The sternum strap is adjustable with this piping, very easy to move up and down, and you can take it off and put it back on pretty easily with this little cut here at the top. Last few points is we have metal hardware at the bottom of the shoulder straps, which gives the bag a really premium feel, but sometimes the metal hardware doesn't quite like catch. It's a little bit more slippery than plastic hardware. Not always, but sometimes. Love what Bellroy did at the bottom. You got these little circular loops right here, which just makes it easier to tighten the shoulder straps. And when you tighten it, you also have these plastic dangle stoppers right here, which are my favorite type of dangle stoppers. Hashtag stop the dangle. Hashtag let's talk about the comfort. I'm gonna walk around with this bag for 30 minutes, report back to you now. So I'm gonna admit, I actually think I was a little wrong. These shoulder straps are more comfortable than I expected. Granted, I could have used a bit more width, just a little bit more to bear the brunt of the weight in this pack, but the padding itself is really nice, really sufficient. It feels bouncy. The ventilation in the back compartment is totally working. Sternum strap for a little extra support from the back. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, a bit more width would have been nice, but it's a pretty comfortable wear. Okay, let's take it back up to the office to talk about the overall pros and the cons. Pro number one is the impressive water resistance of the bag, at least on the front. Pro number two is the nifty little hidden tote, dude. I love this guy. And pro number three for me is just how beautiful the internal materials are. But I also got some cons, and here they are. Con number one is I could use a bit more padding on the shoulder straps. Con number two is I'm still not sure if this was the best location for the key leash. And con number three is at $325 US, this bag's a little pricey. But if you're still here, you might be thinking to yourself, Aaron, yourself. I don't think it's pricey at all. In fact, I'm buying one. And just a reminder, if that's the case, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But let's say you're not quite sold. I'm gonna take you back over there to the bag rack to talk about some alternative bags that might better suit your needs. I did this snappy thing. Let's go over there. Okay, let's talk some alternative suggestions. Numero uno is gonna be this guy right here, the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 26 liters. This is a great option for you if you like the design of the Venture Travel Pack, but you want something a bit lighter and that comes in at a cheaper price. We did a full review on the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack, which you can find in the description below. All right, for alternative suggestion number two is this guy right here. It's the Able Carry Max. It's a great option for you if you're looking for a travel bag that has a bit more space. It's 30 liters, but you want a bit more comfort without compromising weather resistance. This is one of my favorite one bag travel packs of all time. And to discover why, check out the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And my third and final recommendation is this bad boy right here, the Aer Travel Pack 3, regular. There's also a small, which is 28 liters, and the regular version is 33 liters, but it's just kind of like the all-around beast travel backpack. Comfy ass shoulder straps, beautiful design, plenty of organization, and to learn why it's so popular in the carry community, just watch this video right here. If you got any questions about any bags, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.